Alright, folks, welcome to the Watch It With Us podcast. We're your hosts.
Yo, it's Ryan.
What's up, guys? It's Nick.
Hey, everybody, it's Matt.
And I am Rob. So, we got a couple of news articles for you guys today. First one on the list is HBO Max. This is all from IGN, by the way. HBO Max is pulling Justice League, Wonder Woman, and more DC movies from streaming service in their library in July. From what I've read from this article, is that they're just like keeping everything essentially on a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
The HBO Spark spokesperson said, "We have a collection of DC films that will rotate on the platform. We have a batch of new ones. We have a new batch coming in July, and then another batch coming in August. So, I guess surprising at first, but really like not much to say here."
Can I just say something about this as a general trend?
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck do streaming services do this? Why?
I think
if I want to watch a
stuff.
movie, I should just... I mean, Netflix I can understand because they have licensing fees and stuff like that, and it expires and that stuff happens. It's really annoying when it does, but okay, fine. Why the hell do streaming services that own their own material do this?
maybe it's like kind of create like a sense of urgency. Like, okay, instead of like trying to put off a film, you're like, oh, if I know it's gonna be gone in like 2 days, I might as well watch it now. You know?
I guess, but at the same time, like, I feel less inclined to watch them because it's like, like when Netflix took away The Office, for example. I feel less inclined to watch it.
Wait, The Office is gone now?
Isn't it?
No, it's
Off of the Netflix?
Sure. Okay.
I could check real quick.
It'll be gone at the end of the year. It'll be gone at the end of the year because they're.
I know that's something that's been like.
You're probably thinking about Friends. You might be confusing Friends.
Might be
Because Friends is on HBO Max now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Friends is definitely off now.
Yeah,
Check
it's
The Office real quick.
The
no one
Office.
ever told me streaming was going to be this way.
The Office is still there because it's one of the first things in like my watch thing.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, The Office is still on there, and so is Parks and Rec. So,
yeah.
and also
So,
The Good Place as well.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about Parks and Rec or The Good Place, but I know The Office at the end of this year, their deal expires with Netflix,
boy.
and then it'll be on Peacock in 2021.
It's gonna be interesting to see how Netflix survives with everything being taken away. Like especially The
Yeah.
Office.
Yeah, because they don't make anything in-house. Like, they have, like, they pretty much outsource. Like, it's equivalent to, like, outsourcing all their content. Because you have, like...
Remember when streaming services were supposed to be better than cable, and now they're just kind of the same thing as cable?
Yeah, it's just putting people through paywalls for everything now.
Yeah.
Which is interesting what's going to happen to, like, the whole advertising game. You know? Because people don't...
Yeah, I have to. I seriously have to wonder how profitable these things are.
Well, I mean, we don't know how much Netflix makes per month, but they definitely make a shit ton.
Well, I heard that they're
Yeah.
losing a lot of money just trying to keep up with new content. And if I may use this as a transition to our next topic, speaking of Netflix originals, Netflix The Last Days of American Crime joins the Rotten Tomatoes 0% Club.
Yeah, I heard it was
Yeah.
really bad. I don't even know what it's about. I just saw it come out on Netflix, and
Okay.
I saw it
It's
was really bad.
Yeah,
I heard
so
it was
what
really bad. I mean.
It's about what it's about is based off a comic and graphic novel. And what happened was
Mhm.
these criminals, they decide to pull one last heist right before the U.S. turns on this radio signal that turns everybody into well-behaving citizens.
Mm.
The only thing I've really heard about this film is from Critical, and he's like,
Oh,
yeah, it's
I
one of
saw-
the worst. It's by the guy who did I think Taken's 2 and 3, and those were the
Oh,
Taken
yeah.
films.
I
with,
saw
like,
the
the-
video. The 15
yeah,
cut.
15 cuts. I'm like, oh,
And it's
apparently
like-
the film is,
And it's like the joke, right? It's like the fence thing. It's like they did that. They used 15 shots from that, even though it should have only taken 3.
Oh god, it's like it's like
Oh, God.
the Catwoman movie from years ago where it was just like 15 cuts in one scene. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, but just climbing a fence like that. It was like 15. What was it 15 cuts in like 8 seconds or some shit like that? It's like T-Mac scoring like 15 points in like 10 seconds or whatever.
Imagine being the DP of that film, and the director goes up and he's like, "Hey, you know how this is supposed to take like 3 takes, right? Like, yeah, it's gonna be simple, easy. Him jumping over the fence. No, I want to do it 15 different angles. It's like I just imagine the DP.
Imagine how many shots that took.
Oh,
it's like it easily took half the day. It was that one. Well, probably not half the day, but that one fence thing was probably like 4 hours to do that.
I'm surprised the DB just didn't punch the fucking director.
Yeah. And it's yeah, I love that video.
This one scene took the
Criticals
entirety of our budget.
Also, imagine telling Liam Neeson that he has to jump over a fence 15 times too.
I'm sure they use like a double for that, for a lot of that.
That shouldn't go in my contract. If more than 15 cuts for a scene, use somebody else.
Yeah.
Facts.
Obviously it's harder to do like less cuts or even like a single shot like action scene, but those are just so like satisfying to watch. Like when you have those action scenes like that with like one take, those are so satisfying to watch.
Beautiful.
Very hard to do, but worth it.
Yes.
Yeah,
a lot of months of preparation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have to have like stand-ins for like shit ton of that. Then you bring in the actors. Like, all right, do it. We're ready now. We've done this so many times.
I just saw this great comment on IGN from Epic Bacon Pizza Waffle, saying, "You're telling me the Taken 3 guy didn't make a 2.5-hour political action masterpiece? I'm shocked."
I kind of want to like watch this film like out of curiosity.
Yeah,
it's teetering on morbid curiosity now. Like, this is
so bad. Now you're really curious as to why it's so good.
Because like The Room is considered one of the worst movies of all time, but I think that film at least has like a
cult
30
status.
Cult stats and at least like 30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
This is a very controversial opinion, but I thought The Room was more boring than anything else. Like, it's got its weird moments, and it's a little bit disjointed, but like...
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah, I kind of feel you on that, but I just thought it was too funny.
It's impressive. Like, with it's basically a dark comedy is really what it is. But, man, I Jesus.
They also started, well, I guess not shooting, but making into the Spider-Verse sequel. Like they started that. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. They're gonna have the 3 Spider-Mans in it. The best one, Tobey. I don't care what people say. Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man.
There is a strong. Okay, so my opinion on it is like if you want a Spider-Man that's completely based off the comics, like
that's
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, hands down.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't get to know Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man all that much because I still have yet to see the first Amazing Spider-Man. I saw the second one and like
it wasn't bad. The first one wasn't bad.
Yeah, I heard that's what I've been hearing, but it's the second one that everyone was just like, I really don't want to be here. Like, Jamie Foxx was the only one. But like, no offense to anybody, but like Jamie Foxx was the only one that kind of really showed up.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx he's a man, and we're gonna watch a lot of him in our Watch It With Us podcast this week because we're doing Django. But that's unrelated news for this video, at least.
Yeah. So also one thing I do like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. While it is a different direction, I enjoy him. He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
it's a good fit for me.
I like him. I love Tom Holland's like Spider-Man. I love his portrayal. Everything about him is awesome. I just don't think that the way the MCU did it, like he's like obsessed with trying to be like Iron Man, because that's not who Spider-Man is. Spider-Man doesn't really give a fuck about Iron Man, to be honest. Spider-Man's their own person. Spider-Man comics were way more popular than the Iron Man comics.
I wouldn't have known that because there's fucking 500,000 Marvel comics out there and all different storylines. So
I also kind of like that they did a different approach to him, because if we had to see Uncle Ben die for like the 3rd time, everyone would I'd just be like, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm glad they did something different with that. I hate when movies kind of like retread things that are already in the the zeitgeist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone knows how Batman came into being. Everyone knows about Spider-Man. Everyone knows about Superman. Do we really need another origin story movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, wasn't Man of Steel kind of an origin story movie?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, do we need to tell this story again so many times? Would it kill directors to start?
It's
like that's one thing I did like about the MCU Spider-Man is that like it started in the middle of the action with the Spider-Man that was already kind of been established, and
that was
meant
great.
that you could just say fuck it, we're taking this first appearance of this character and we're doing something interesting with it.
Because everybody knows the story. Like that's obviously why. Obviously, like within Civil War, we got to see all those little like clips of like Tony like, is that you stopping that 3,000-pound car? And it's like it's cool because it's like we know that Uncle Ben's dead and things like that. We're not gonna relive that same shit. Yeah, we've seen it before with Toby, you know. But I thought it was nice to jump right into the action.
But at the same time, it's kind of tricky because they did that with. I mean, it was so weird, like the Batman versus Superman. Like they kind of had the backstory thing with Batman, but they kind of like
it was.
They had to pick show his parents dying because we've already seen that countless times.
Yeah, they have to pick one or the other. You either do the origin and you do it well, or you just do Batman. And like they also started like they did it like the Batman v Superman. They skipped all the way to the dark Batman days where he's just like rogue. You know
if you want to do like some kind of origin story, you know how you do an interesting origin story, like an established one. You tell the story before the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what could have been an interesting Batman origin story is maybe we focus on young young Bruce Wayne before his parents get killed, and that happens at the end of the movie, and that's how we get the Batman we all know. Interesting concept, not explored before.
We did get a little bit of that in Joker, for all intensive purposes. But
yeah, and that's I think what makes it interesting is that we get like an origin story, but it's the end of the movie, an ending that we already kind of know, but it's the lead up that's interesting, and that's another thing that could be explored. But just an origin story movie, I mean, oh my god, we've seen so many of these.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel you. So, speaking of comics, we got one last story.
Oh yeah, we're perfectly relevant for the final story.
Final story is San Diego Comic-Con officially announces that they are doing a free virtual Comic-Con. This is sort of an attempt to like, hey, we obviously couldn't have Comic-Con this year because of COVID, so we're just going to have it all free online. And you know what? I'm down for that. I think this is going to be nice.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
That's
nice.
Cool, yeah.
For once, I can finally afford to go to Comic-Con.
I mean, like,
not having
it's a good
surrounded
place.
By so many people.
It's a good place for movies to promote themselves and games and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean,
for everything.
I've always enjoyed going to New York Comic Con, but it did eventually get a little too expensive.
Yeah, I never went. I gotta go. If you guys go in the fall, I'll be down.
Probably. I don't know if it's gonna be available in the fall, but.
Oh yeah, that's true. What am I thinking? New York City is not even gonna open up all their business. Like it's September, I think, is when they plan to open up like their phase 3 of businesses and whatnot.
Oh boy!
Well, I know
and obviously with the news, like the spikes, like hospitalization spikes. It's not a fun time. It's not a fun time. Let's just say.
I've always said I don't mind if states take it slow because I think that's the wise thing to do. I just want.
Is anybody doing that?
I mean, New Jersey.
Jersey's doing pretty well, actually.
Yeah, we
Jersey's
doing.
Doctors. Jersey doing is probably the best, other than New York, like because New York is
not like half situation. The other nation, the rest of the nation.
Yeah,
Florida's gone like completely up in cases.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
They're like, we're just not going to listen to anything. We're just going to kind of have like their own little.
It's summertime. It's turned off. What are you talking about? There's no coronavirus.
I want to have UFC. Damn
it. So there's another thing I want to talk about is the 4th installment of The Matrix. And like they just have like they're doing like little things down there just trying to promote it. Just like how it's like a great script.
I'm sorry, I'm out of the loop. They're making a 4th Matrix movie.
Yeah, this was announced a while ago. They got the original cast though, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm cautiously optimistic. But,
and
oh boy.
And Priyanka Chopra is gonna play the Indian girl that was in the 3rd one. It's pretty cool.
I personally need to rewatch all 3 of those films again.
I rewatched them recently. I said this on a different podcast, but like the original Matrix is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I think the original Matrix still holds up. It's the sequels where things start going.
Yeah, like they were really fun. Like as a kid to watch like the Reloaded, like that shit was so much fun. But the original Matrix was, oh man, it doesn't get better than that when it comes to like
what also
cyberpunk
makes The Matrix a good movie is that it's a film that makes you think and it gets you into different types of philosophies. So that's why
exactly.
I like it.
Like if people study the Matrix in philosophy classes too. It's a great movie. I mean I think the fourth one, since like they're not planning on doing like another trilogy, at least like from what we know now, I think if they just bring that magic from the first one, if they like operate in that same way of like making the first, like, you know what, we're just gonna make this movie. We love this movie. We have a solid beginning, middle, and end. If this is a solo movie, then this is it. If they go in with that mindset, then the fourth Matrix 4 can be really good.
I know a couple people have been endorsing the script though, saying it's really good. So like, I'm not gonna have high expectations for it, but I'm gonna go in with no expectations. I think I'm gonna be rewarded that way.
I'm gonna go in with negative expectations and hopefully not still be disappointed.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with Matrix, so I don't even know.
Really?
I did not. Not to offend anyone, but like, come on, man. I fucking so I'm sitting here. I'm like, geez, I'm the one that grew up like watching Godzilla and horror movies. It's like it's completely different scope.
Well, I guess the good thing is that was it Godzilla '98 or no?
What?
The Godzilla you grew up with?
No, the Japanese one, of course.
Okay, we're good. Well, that could have been really bad. I'm glad it wasn't.
Even though
Rob and Nick are like really big Japanese like Godzilla fans.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a fan. I haven't watched like the original Godzilla. I am a fan of Shin Godzilla, which is Japan's most recent Godzilla.
I haven't even seen yet. Surprisingly,
that's a movie we all need to watch because.
All right.
Yeah. We'll put that on our.
It's directed by Hideki Anno, who directed Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is one of my favorite animes of all time.
Oh, jeez, really?
So he's one of the few directors I know that can go from animation to live action seamlessly. So that's a film we're all gonna we'll try to get together and watch it.
All right.
I have it on DVD.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, like,
because
that could be our first like in person, like we're all together and we make a podcast.
All right.
Yeah, because that'll be pretty cool. We should do something like interesting, like something different for that. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do that in the next month. So we'll plan it.
Yeah, so
I have the DVD for it, so I can just drop on.
Me too. Surprisingly.
Well, I have Shin Godzilla's.
Yeah, I have that too. Okay. And I have the original masterpiece, Godzilla, from 1954.
Nice.
Godzilla.
Oh, there we go.
Do you have
sorry. I'm just kidding.
What's that, Rob?
Do you have the American edit?
I'm a huge anime fan. I'm gonna have fun.
So for my birthday a while ago, I got this special edition that comes with the American, chopped down edited one, and then the original Japanese, all in one package.
Because from what I heard, the American one was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna ignore the fact that this is
kind of our
fault."
Yeah, dude, they put in an American actor. They cut whole parts out and then filmed new scenes with some American.
That's right. They shot it as like a reporter that had like talking flashback. Yes.
But they did that for a bunch of the movies, like so many of them, because obviously, like, dude, it was the 50s, as if Americans were going to be watching a Japanese movie like without seeing a white dude. So yeah, but the original was definitely a masterpiece, and obviously an anecdote for nuclear warfare.
And,
yeah.
We're
up to.
Yeah, it definitely has like a big historical and cultural significance, which is why it resonates even today.
That's what I like about
absolutely.
That's what I like about Shin Godzilla is it represents the. I think it's around 2014. Japan suffered from that earthquake, nuclear disaster, and tsunami, and it's that film was mainly about the government. It's a criticism of the government's response towards those events, as they were more wrapped up in bureaucracy than helping people.
Got the facts.
Alright, if anyone else has anything to say, I think we're gonna wrap up soon.
No, I'm pretty Gucci on news front stuff.
Yeah, I think I said what I need to say so far.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, this was just like a little discussion, just talk about the news, like, you know, trying to get some semblance of like
Please donate to our Patreon.
normalcy. Yeah.
Please donate to our OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I don't want to just have to shake my ass in front of a camera to get money.
If you donate $20, you'll get our calendar.
Thank you so much, you
For
virgin.
$25, you too can see our exclusive feet pics.
Oh my god.
Oh, no one wants to see my fucking feet. Oh.
Well,
you underestimate my interest.
Well, off that note.
Yes, off that note, guys. I think we should end it here. Just normal discussion video. We're still gonna have our regular podcast video. We're doing Django Unchained this week, so that's probably gonna be up on Friday, which is the 12th of June. But awesome news. Good job, guys. It's fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Guys,
All right.
later in the week, boys.
All right.
See
Everyone
everybody.
listening,
Bye.
get home safe, wear a seatbelt, put on a condom, have a good night.